What's up, suckers?
I used to go watch a band. I say, I could do that. I could do it better. I could do it louder, faster. And that's how I evolved into playing the way I play.
We were kind of the gateway for the next generation of punks, the kids that would eventually define hardcore. I didn't get into hardcore. Hardcore happened because of people like me.
You're listening to Deadair, 2 hours of the best the punk and hardcore scene has to offer. Now let's stop talking and let's get to moshing.
Don't make me spin kick you, dude.
From the blood on my hands to the blue on your shirts, come in a sideways and I put you in the dirt. When you stupid bitch, this innocent pursuit, let them break your rules, define what you do. Tell us how to live our life, control what we say. Take all your shit and spit them in your face. 187 on a BID. Cause you're mad about the chase. I'm up to no good. They got no face, no case. I know you wanna get me. I'm in death, go ahead, set me free. You're up to the core. I ain't scared, so what the fuck you waiting for? Live your stupid bitch, that shit is just for show. Live to break your rules, define what you know. Tell us how to live your life, control what we say. Take all your shit and spit them in your face.
SCPD's most wanted! Public enemy number 1! Beat your ass, then steal your bitch! Settle down, man!
Yo, yo, yo. What's up? You're listening to episode 69 of Deadair. Yeah, we made it. I think... I don't know. I'm fucking tired. Today's gonna be... you know what? 69. There you go. I have nothing else to say about that, about the number of this episode, except I'm 30 and I don't have time for that shit. Fucking immature fucks. Anyways, so this is not going to be like a Halloween episode or anything, even though we're pretty close for this week to be a Halloween episode. That is not the case. That's not what's happening. I want to try to, we can talk about this season, but I don't want to get too caught up in it because I've had so many Halloween episodes and I don't want to block up my archives on my website with seasonal shit too much. So I don't know. Halloween. I'm we'll talk. How about this? We're gonna talk about that in just a minute, but first, it's been a week. My kid, who you've heard on the show a ton of times, it's her birthday this week, so we've been planning, just a hell of a birthday bash for her, doing a lot of cool shit. Gonna take her to the Minecraft exhibit, doing pumpkin patch shit today, taking her to her to see Adam's family, all that shit. I'm gonna overdose on fucking on chips and salsa at the Mexican restaurant tonight. Speaking of that, I just found out my favorite fucking burrito bus right down the street from the studio is shutting down this week, so that's like upsetting. It was one of the fucking Taqueria Los Hermanos. It was seriously one of the best fucking burritos in the state of Washington, and low-key nobody ever knew it. Had that perfect fucking rice to bean ratio, and the sauce that's spicy but has so much flavor for the hot sauce. It can't be beat. The only thing I think is fuck. Sorry, we're getting on so many tangents. Fucking, it's that time of year where there's fucking sugar ants in the studio, and I gotta fucking Clorox off the fucking the board, so you might hear me slapping the fucking table a couple times during this episode. But so my taco bus is I just found out it's gonna be no more, so that's gonna be fucking sad. Anyways, let's get to hardcore and music, because that's why we do the show. And if you're listening, that might be why you're listening. You might have other reasons, but if there's other reasons, you're not fucking telling me. You don't say it. You keep that shit to yourself. Whatever. So we started off with some music for Tsunami. I played them right when they started off without like fully listening to the EP and letting the lyrics and shit sink in. You can go to deadairhardcoreradio.com and check it out for yourself, because that shit's I did a review, as stupid as that is, but like I said, my reviews are not anything to be like, they're not they're no pitchfork, they're no echo. It's just me. I'll turn on a record on Bandcamp while I'm in the living room with my kid and my partner, and just literally just write the thoughts that are going on in my head and what it fucking sounds like. And if I'll just react. It'll be more like a reaction video to text. That's basically what my reviews are, because there's so many professional reviews out there. So Tsunami just had their first show after their demo dropped, I believe in late August. And I'm looking at this shit. So it was on the 26th in San Jose. I haven't even looked at the comments yet, but like I've seen all the Twitter shit. If it didn't pop off, then it would have been super fucking sad. Like, everybody knew, like, if you listen to this band, they're heavy, they're fucking ignorant, crazy fucking lyrics, and they're out to have a fucking good time. If you weren't gonna fucking go off, then you're fucking dumb. You went to the wrong goddamn show. So start off with them saying there's two people, you're either from the Bay or you're a bitch, and then people went fucking ham in this house show. There's a fucking pirate up in there having a good ass time. The boxing, but there's a boxing glove motherfucker with I think that's a Power Trip shirt. Just beating the shit out of people. Yep, there's a ski mask motherfucker. So if you're looking for some good entertainment, for the people who are stumbling upon my show on other radio networks, go check out Tsunami First Show, San Jose, 1026. If you listen to other types of metal or alternative music, or you don't listen to any of the stuff we play, this might be, you might be really confused at what you're looking at. Especially because the Halloween show, there's a few people that are, straight up, in costume. And I think there's a clown in there. I hope he gets fucking moshed on. But that would have been a good time. My 30-year-old ass probably would throw it a fucking hit, but I'd fucking go off. It's fun. I heard a comment there was a couple conflicting comments. There was one saying that this is the way hardcore, is supposed to be for fun, and then there's obviously like the more punk hardcore kids who are like, this is kind of silly and ridiculous. And I think there's so many styles of hardcore, especially right now, that we have room for all of it. We have, and not saying you can't have fun at, like, I have fun watching Fury. I'm sure I'd had fun watching Restraining Order, but this is just different. Just letting it loose and just having a good time. I think there can be a ratio of silliness to seriousness in hardcore, and some people don't get it, and like me, we talked about it at a show that like or did they talk about it they talked about it on Axe to Grind. I don't want to get too, like, there's a certain person who can be versatile in the mosh for every fucking every kind of style of hardcore. Not like every style of music, not like being the silly fucking moshing to pop music and whatever, but like Tsunami, I don't know how many fucking shows they'll ever play, but it'd be dope to have that as something to as a band on my list of things to see, because I'm sure that Tsunami will not do. I don't know how many shows, or if they'll ever record something else. This might be a fucking moment in it. This show, I know this show and the demo that they put out might be just a moment in time, and this is that moment in time as something to look back on. I was like, oh, do you guys remember fucking Tsunami? But dope shit, hardcore shit. Hardcore can be so many things. That's the thing. So there's not so never say this is what hardcore can be. It also can be other things. Hardcore is hardcore. Hardcore is awesome. Moving the fuck on. So to Halloween. I mean, I'm back in the security game. I worked the pre-Halloween weekend. That was a shit show. I also want to go on. So Hey 56 posted a thing on the Turnstile show. Turnstile show 3 years ago, where a security guard came and stopped them in the middle of a show. So I just want to kind of go on that, because I'm not pro cop. I'm not trying to fucking enforce rules, but as someone who's like has to do their job, like that's my job. I don't always like the things that I'm told to do. Like I don't want to, like, when we're at capacity in a venue, I don't want to tell people you have to wait in line and shit like that. But that's just the way it fucking is. And I don't know what kind of time I don't know all the factors. I don't know if Turnstile went over their time limit. It was also at a church, so I don't know how strict it was, or if the church was just being shitty. But I'm sure. I also don't know the mindset of the security guard. Security guard could have been like, I just want to go home. So get the fuck out of here. That could have been shitty. He could have been on a power trip. That's very possible. But it's also very possible that all of a sudden their boss was like, you need to take care of this right now. You need to shut this shit down. You fucking alone. And I know if I was in that mindset, that could have been the same thing. And I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I did that a few years back when Power played at my school. Like what? That was 4 years ago when they were acting a fool, and I had to like intervene with security and be involved, and I had to like, I was stressed out and told people to just like, hey, you guys need to get it together. And you know, some people told me to fucking calm down, and it is what it is, because it's hard to see it on the other side but like a lot of like security guards that I work with are usually like there to actually keep you safe. There's some shitty ones out there, and a lot of them are not cops. A lot of them I know are anti-cops. So it's so the person who had to shut down that Turnstile show in the middle of the show. It's just hard. It's hard to say, like, who. I don't give him as much shit, because, you know, something tells me that it's possible that he's like, fuck, I was like, my boss told me I had to fucking do this. This isn't gonna be fun. This isn't gonna be easy. And he could have been like one of the lone people at the church security that night. So yeah, it just sucks all the way around. But yeah, worked Halloween. That was the first time in a while in security where I've got stressed and had to like really like get people to move when we were closing up our establishments. It was rough. I'm doing it again this week for Halloween. Hopefully we can just do this and fucking, you know, move on to the next one. I know Christmas and the next crazy thing will be New Year's, but Christmas ain't that crazy. So mainly Halloween for me is working and taking my kid out trick-or-treating, and then sometimes stealing some of her candy. So anyways, we're gonna play some Halloween music, a little bit like festive. We're not gonna go, like I said, we're not gonna go crazy this week, and the following week we'll get back to the regular segments. But like I said, I'm a little strapped for time. Just I hadn't had as much time to prepare as usual because I have the birthday shit. So we're gonna play some music from AFI, one of my favorite seasonal records ever. The All Hallows EP, and possibly my favorite release from AFI. Just before we get into it, here's, you know, the business that we do. We start our schedule. If you're listening live on nwczradio.com, channel 1. So I found out recently, and I haven't talked about this, that we do have a channel 2, and it's all mainly classic rock. It's a freeform rock station that's, you know, 90s rock and before. And so there's also, at the same time on channel 2, there's a show called Deadair, and it is a Grateful Dead radio show. super fucking weird. Super fucking weird. A Grateful Dead radio show. So don't be confused if you listen. Really make sure if you're listening on NWCZ channel 1. And then, yeah, because I mean, if you want to listen to some Grateful Dead, that's cool too. But, support NWCZ. I mean, they let me record through their studios, so. And also, we got RadioVegas.rocks Wednesdays. So, it's Wednesday 8 to 10 on NWCZ Channel 1. And then Wednesday from 10 to midnight, we got RadioVegas.rocks. Download the RadioVegas.rocks app. Support all their shows. They're an amazing growing station that Jay's fucking killing it over there. Hopefully I get to meet the crew. They do bowling and shit all the time, and I'm hoping to I just want to go to fucking Vegas. I have not been to Vegas in like almost 6 years, and I went there on 4th of July, and it was so hot. I ended up passing out most of the time, so it wasn't as I was hoping it was going to be cooler, and it wasn't. I want to go back to Vegas very soon. Then we got RenegadeRadio.com Thursday from 9 to 11. Then we on Podunk Radio, The Punks, The Homies, Friday 7 to 9 p.m. And then also Friday 7 to 9 p.m. we got Ripper Radio, broadcasting out of the UK and the Midwest of the United States. Then in Canada, we got on Sunday, we got PureRockRadio.net from 2 to 4 p.m. So that's the business. Anyways, also, don't forget, we got an interview as usual. We're talking to Marshall from the fucking Warriors. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited that the Warriors are back. We talked about the Warriors a while back. We're going to talk about all about the new music, Pure Noise, their show with Knocked Loose and all that. But now we're going to get to that fucking spooky music. AFI, the full All Hallows EP. Turn out the lights, and the spook the fuck out, rock the fuck out, and we'll be back. You're listening to Deadair, 2 hours of hardcore radio.
Celebrate the way.
Deadair.
Deadair.
All right, we're back. Listen to Deadair. New music from motherfucking Dying Wish on tour with Counterparts and Chamber, straight from the path. I think. Am I missing somebody else? If I am, I'm sorry. But they're currently opening up that tour. Looks like it's doing really well from them. This is their latest single, titled Enemies in Red. Portland crew doing it up. Really getting into that mid 2000s trust kill style of metal and hardcore, which I fucking love. Possibly a signing from Pure Noise in the future, question mark? I don't have any insider knowledge on that, but they're touring with a ton of fucking Pure Noise bands right now. So it's extremely fucking possible. It's not, I don't think it's out of the question whatsoever. So I'm interested to see what comes from that. Trying to think. Don't know. So now I'm sorry. I'm getting pressed for time now. So I gotta really make my way. I gotta breeze through this episode because I got a birthday to get to. So yeah, Dying Wish. Promising future for this Northwest band. Which leads me to another thing that we haven't yet got to talk about. That happened within like the 2 weeks that I was gone from the show. But it's really exciting. Sorry, I'm like super distracted tonight just because got a birthday to get to, and I'm trying my best to focus and get done on a timely, like I'm getting texts and scheduling and shit, adult shit, like doing it all the fucking time. Anyways, so like I said, something cool is happening down the street from the studio and from my goddamn apartment. Zach from Brainstem, who's been doing some shows over the last few months, it's gonna be is putting together a mini fest in January 11th at Real Art Tacoma. I'm so fucking excited for this. Having all these bands in one little place. So we got. I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top. So on January 11th, show starts at 3 p.m. Doors at 2. This is gonna be a one-day festival, so it's gonna be a mini marathon getting through this because it's been a while, a couple years. So 2017 was the last attempt at a hardcore fest, which ended up being a bunch of broken up shows. So it didn't really fest out as well, and it was kind of like right before everyone decided to take a break from hardcore for a minute in Seattle. So weird, interesting time. So like I said, show starts at 3, and we start off with Blunt Force. They played with Comeback Kid at Real Art, I believe, in 2016. Then we got Change. That is a band with Aram from Champion, True Identity, among some other bands. So I'm interested to hear and see this band. Lucky, who's played a few shows. I've actually have not checked this band out, and I need to before this gig. By All Means, a band, them Tacoma boys, who've been really repping the South Sound area of the Pacific Northwest. No Right is returning, and they killed it earlier this month in Seattle. With War, who I saw earlier in Seattle this year, I believe back in May. Dying Wish. I think this might be the first time I've seen Dying Wish as this band. I think that's 100% correct. So that's going to be cool. So, and first time I think seeing them in almost 2 years. Regional Justice Center, is fucking killing it right now out there on tour. Doing it with that Triple B record. Odd Man Out. That's all you gotta say about that. Odd Man Out, Lower Species. That's a Northwest gig. That's a Northwest gig in 2019. Then we get to the touring bands. Gulch, their first time, I believe, in the Pacific Northwest. They've been fucking killing it out there. That's gonna be cool seeing Gulch just like within a 20-minute drive from my apartment. I can go see this and then immediately go home and take a nap, or go sleep, or what the fuck ever. So I'm really excited for that. And then Drain is coming back. I tweeted about that I think earlier in the month, just like, dude, Drain is absolutely fucking killing it out there in the United States right now. And they did Sound and Fury. I believe they're doing FYA. And I put on a show for them last year, 2018 summer. I think June or July. And it wasn't a bad show for the Northwest, but I expect a lot more, and I expect people to actually show up for Drain, because they deserved it way more back then, just as much back then as they do now. So, show them the fucking love they deserve. They were on their very first episode of the online version of Deadair, so huge fucking shout outs. And Hands of God, been listening to a lot of their shit lately, just diving back into them, and I'm really excited to see Hands of God again. Dead Heat, that fucking crossover, and headlining Minus is fucking killer live. I think there was something going on. There was some sort of fucking drama. I forget if it was 2015 or 2016 Rainfest. There was some sort of fucking reason why I didn't get to see them, and it was super fucking annoying. I saw them in Cali in 2014, and I'm super stoked. They have new music out as of this year, and it's gonna be fucking cool. This is awesome. I hope this does something really amazing for the scene and for Northwest hardcore and in the future, because it is titled Just Another Gig of Volume 1. So Volume 1. So hopefully it doesn't end at fucking Volume 1. There's a, volume. Super fucking excited for this. If you live in the Northwest, if you're outside the Northwest, come support this. Hopefully this is the beginning of more lineups like this, more shows, possibly more fests, and more bands. I'll do whatever it takes in my power to make sure there's more fucking Northwest hardcore bands. Whether I have to actually try to practice an instrument, or just tell my talented homies to actually fucking start bands. Anyway, all I care about is more gigs like this, and more shit popping off in my area. I think, what was it? Gray was talking a little bit about, Gray X Gordon was talking a little bit about on the internets about just people talking about playing in your hometown, and it doesn't always happen like this. Sometimes you have to fucking travel. On most of the time I travel an hour plus to go see a gig, and it's worth it to me. So, but that being said, when a band does go to your hometown, take advantage of it. I'm taking advantage of this gig and all these awesome bands playing so close to my house. This happens only, every so often. This only happens right now, maybe 3-4 times a year, where there's a cool hardcore show like this in my, in the city of Tacoma. So take advantage of it, because it either is few and far between, or can start something, or could start a trend of having shows close to you, like a lot of you on the internet complain about and want. So go roll out to Just Another Gig Volume 1. I'm real fucking excited for this. So we're gonna get back to the music. We're gonna play a song right before we get into our interview. Vamakara came out with a new EP titled Hereafter. It's heavy, and we're gonna play it. We're gonna play what are we gonna play? We're gonna play Beyond Reach, and then we get to that fucking Warriors interview. Also enjoy all the clips of, I think this is gonna be the last time I also play any of Autumn's voice. I want to re-record some stuff, but we've had Autumn as a part of this show for over the past year, when we recorded it like a year and a half ago, and it's been, I love it, but I think after this episode, since it's her birthday, we're gonna finally put it to rest. So enjoy all these mosh calls from a 4 and 5 year old Autumn. Now she's in 7th grade. I'm not 7th grade. Now she's in 1st grade, and 7 years old. So it's fucking crazy. So that's me fathering out. And Beyond Reach by Vamakara. Also, I heard another podcast say Vamachara. So fuck. I need to go back. I thought it was, I said Vamachara first, then I said Vamakara. So now I'm fucking, I don't know what I'm saying. So I might have to go check myself and fucking figure out what I'm doing wrong here. I thought I was pronouncing it right, but we're gonna play that. Then we get to Marshall from the Warriors. Real excited about this one. We'll be back. You're listening to Deadair, 2 hours of hardcore radio.
The shape of a figure. far beyond my reach. You'll separate from your design, or I'll break from your design. My trust will be built from every bridge that I will lost. I built into distance. I am nailed. I'm lost. And I failed. Yet it still fucking haunts me. Don't take this with me down into hell.
What's up, motherfuckers? This is Deadair Moshot telling you to check out the brand new Deadair website now. Go to deadairhardcoreradio.com for all podcasted shows as well as news, reviews, and content you can't get anywhere else. Go now or feel the wrath of my cold, hard robotic leg spin kicking you straight in the face.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, yeah, check, check, check. Check, 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 check. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can the EQ up here. Ooh, let's make this shit all a little more, yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Okay, that sounds a lot better on my end.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, good. Yeah, because it was one of the. It's probably just one of those weird calls where just like sometimes it just like sounds like there's an alien on the other line. So shit's weird. But yeah. Okay. So we're gonna pause, and then we're gonna have some intro music go into it. Just so you know, no, we're on no terrestrial radio stations, just online. So say whatever the hell you want. There's no censorship or anything in that respect. Yeah, we just do this. We just do this like a conversation. We just roll with it. If there's anything that you feel like you didn't want to say, or like there's something that you said that you can't disclose about like the record or something at this time, and you ended up saying it anyway, and you need me to like erase it or something, that's totally
right.
So, yeah. Anything?
Got it.
Any questions? Or are we good?
No, we're good, dude.
All right, sounds good. So I'm gonna pause, and then we're getting to it.
Right on.
We're back with this week's featured band on the line with Marshall from the Warriors. it's cool that I even get to say that. This is a band I never thought I would. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to get a chance to speak with, but I'm very, very happy about this. Marshall, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. How about you?
Dude, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. So first of all, how is it? Let's just talk about yourself real quick. Just give us a little background of you. Tell us how you got into the music that you play and perform today.
Oh shoot. I don't know. I guess it kind of started. I don't know. In grade school, first of all, I'm from a small town called Tehachapi, California, and there's the thing to do when I was growing up was skateboarding. There was rap, there was hip hop, and there was the whole baggy pants shit going on. What was it? Pogs.
Oh,
Pogs
dude,
for like a year.
I loved at grade school and at daycare. Pogs were the shit.
Dude, that was hot for like a year. I was like in Pog tournaments and stuff. Like it was like a real thing. And then comic books. A comic book shop, the arcade. Baseball cards, collecting all kinds of cards, Marvel cards, basketball cards, everything. Me and my brother just would collect get all these complete sets and that type of thing. But man, as far as music goes, I kind of got into hip hop first. Wu-Tang Clan, Craig Mack, Naughty by Nature, Cypress Hill, shit like that. You know what I mean? And so, and through that, I don't know. I guess that's just what I was really into. And then there's one hardcore band in town called Die Hard Youth. And I was like, oh shit, what's going on? There's not much to go on in town. And these guys were playing and everybody in town was going to the show. And so I headed down there too. And that was like the first time I seen anything like that, like a mosh pit. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck is going on? These doing karate kicks and shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I thought it was super cool. And they had demo tapes and a t-shirt on their table. And so I picked them up and, I took that home and I liked it. Like I liked it a lot. And I was like, holy shit. And just and then I started going to like all their shows. They play Bakersfield. They play Los Angeles. We play all over the place. Ojai at the Women's Center. And pretty soon, after a while, I was like, you know what? I think I want to try to start a band. And so I knew some friends that played music together, and I asked them. They were brothers. They were twins, Danny and Donnie. And I said, hey, you guys want to jam one of these days? Like, I don't really have much to offer, bring to the table, but I don't know. I can try my hand at singing or whatever. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. And then, eventually we recorded a demo tape. We hung a microphone from the ceiling with duct tape and, music only came out of one side of the speaker and it was rad. And then I sat there for countless hours re-recording the demo tape on the other demo tapes. I made like 50 or 60 of them and it took like a full weekend just to do that. Just so I could give them to friends. And, we sold them for like $3 and, and then we jump on these shows at Die Hard Youth and, eventually we started playing outside the city, and I guess that's just kind of how it started.
Because I'm trying to think in my mind, because, like, the first time I think I heard the Warriors, I was like, this is the first time I think I've heard of a band that sounds like this from my side of the country. Because most of the bands that, meld the hip hop and the metal, or I mean, I guess there's Body Count, but I'm like, most of it was like, like the New York style hardcore. That was the more rhythmic type stuff. So it's interesting. I'm trying to think in my mind what other bands do what you do or did what you did before in California.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we just kind of did whatever we wanted, really, and it just kind of came out, kind of played what we wanted to play, and I don't know. We liked it, and that's all that really mattered. Because the big record that really kind of struck me with like heavy music, I remember it pretty clearly. I was in like the locker room and I was in like 7th grade, and then this dude walks in and he's like, "Yo, I got it." And he's holding up this CD, and I was like, "What is going on?" And there's like 5 dudes like just tripping on it. They're like, "Oh, you got it! Holy shit! It just came out that day." It was Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I didn't know what it was. I didn't know who they were, but these guys that I was friends with were like stoked on it. So I was like, "Shit, I want to hear that too." Holy shit! That just kind of blew the door off for me too, because I was like, "Fuck, this is rad." You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I would say it's funny because I feel like most metal fans, if they ever hear like a band that has just even the slightest hip hop influence and melds it with rock and metal, it's the first band that always comes to your mind is Rage Against the Machine. But I feel like your band has been the only one that I can really 100% say that it has like when I first heard what's the record after War is Hell, the one that was on Eulogy and went to Victory.
Beyond the Noise.
Yeah, Beyond the Noise. There was a track on there that was like, I was just like, holy shit, this is hardcore. Okay, I can get down with this, because I was like, I was always like, I lived in a small town too, so like when the internet finally started like throwing out like Pure Volume and stuff like that, where you could just look at catalogs of what bands have done and what labels do. I was always on Eulogy and Victory like religiously. So I would,
yeah.
It was, so like when I first heard that record, it was like, it was like insane. It was like, okay, that's the only time where I've been like, that sounds like Rage Against the Machine. But then I went back and heard War is Hell. I was like, this is now on some other shit. In a good way, in a very good way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we recorded War is Hell, and fuck, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just screaming at the top of my lungs and that's how I sounded back then, and that was it. You know what I mean? Kind of wish we could redo it. You know what I mean?
I mean, and then all these years later, you have touring bands fucking like re-recording and covering your shit. How does that feel?
Dude, that's pretty. It's fucking awesome. First of all, and it's a huge honor, and I'm like, it's just crazy. It doesn't feel like that. I don't feel like we're some like old school band, because we're not. But I mean, if that influenced people, like, fuck, dude, that I'm stoked. That's awesome.
Well, and then
I
saw the band for the first time, I think, I think a few weeks ago in Seattle, and that was like, when I heard the vocals, I was like, holy shit, this stuff, like, I could see where people get that, correlation between the vocals and the War is Hell vocals. Like, it's pretty spot on when you hear it live.
Right. We actually just played a show with Knocked Loose in Anaheim, dude. Those dudes are super cool and down to earth too, by the way. But fuck, man, like, goddamn, they're heavy, dude. They put on a fucking awesome live show. The whole crowd is just it's cracking, dude. They have a great live show. I mean, it's pretty cool. I haven't seen that in a while. This is a new generation, and you got to kind of embrace it. And they're fucking heavy, dude.
And then you did a sold out show. That show was with them, and it was in Anaheim, right? And it was sold out, correct?
Yeah. It was, what was it? Knocked Loose, Stick to Your Guns, Rotting Out, Candy, and I See You, Space Cowboy. You know what I mean? It was pretty crazy. I mean, and, you know, us, we play 1 or 2 shows a year on average usually, just because it's really hard to get together and get things going because, you know, we live so far apart from each other. I live up in Spokane, Washington, and the rest of the guys live in Oxnard, California. So we do what we can.
I mean, that's cool that you've been able to even, you know, do this. I think the last time I remember the active touring Warriors was a tour you did with Gravemaker in early 2010. That was the last time you got. Yeah, no, yeah, right. It's hard to even say that name and be like, oh man, I forgot that. That band was great, but you know, I was just like to think that they're not around now.
Yeah. That was a really short little tour, but that was nice. That was I think that was in 2010. That was it was Gravemaker, Ill Intent, Sojourner, and us, and it was great.
That's cool. That's a cool tour and
vacation.
Yeah, that's when I loved that shit. Like in early decade when a lot of the like Tacoma and Seattle bands would just got to like hop on do like little tours like that. I know I forget what is the Unrestrained from Portland did one of the very first splits with Incendiary. So it was like a real cool time to be from Tacoma. I loved that. I was just out of high school at that time, so I was absolutely just loving like Tacoma hardcore, and like I loved the Viaduct and all that shit. But yeah, like so you guys did that tour, and then the next year was the last full length record that you released, correct?
Wait, say that again?
The next year, 2011, was the last. That was the last Warriors record, correct?
Yeah, that was the last one. That one was called "See How You Are," and that was that was a pretty that was a good time recording that one. And then then we got a new one coming out December 13th on Pure Noise, and that one's called Monomyth.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit, like just kind of fill us in on between the cracks. What happened after the 2011 record? Did you guys just kind of plan to finally just like go on hiatus, call it quits? Because there was that good 6-7 years where like it wasn't sure whether what was really going on in the world of the Warriors.
Yeah, I know. I try to look at it from an outside perspective. We kind of dropped off the map. So it would seem it's just, we have other passions besides music, and that was the time, and we just pursued our other passions. You know what I mean? I can only speak for myself and what I was doing, and that was I went to culinary school. I always just wanted to go through it, and I did it, and kind of worked my way up to become chef, and that was awesome. And I was living that life for a good, 6-7 years there. And then I kind of did the math, and I was like, I can't really maintain this lifestyle, 60, 70 hours a week, salary, no benefits, and try to have a family, because I always wanted to start a family, you know what I mean? Consciously, and, plan it out that way. Because that's the only fair thing to do. And so I ended up kind of walking away from that life. And, I got my thing going on now, and I got 2 kids. I got a 7-year-old, he's smart as hell, and I got a 3-year-old, both boys. And so that's what's going on with me. And so that's in between, I guess, filling in between the lines there. That's kind of what I've been doing raising a family and working.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, culinary school, that's dope. Did you ever have an ambition to be on Food Network?
On the food? No, dude. You know, it's so funny. The Food Network is so misleading. I think a lot of people, cause I'll tell you about culinary school. Culinary school is cool if you understand what you're getting yourself into. If you think it's going to lead you into this lavish lifestyle of Food Network type Guy Fieri bullshit, you're fucking wrong. I mean, it's nothing like that. Once you get into it, you're like, I feel like a lot of people just leave like right away. They're like, oh, this isn't like I saw on TV. You know what I mean? Straight up. And
I'm sure there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a lot of people in culinary school that was their plan. Like during at least this decade, they wanted to be like the next, Chef Gordon Ramsay or Guy Fieri. They wanted to be the host of Chopped.
Yeah. Yeah, the only benefit of culinary school really is that it kind of gives you a boost. Like, you learn stuff in 2 years that normally takes people 4 to 5 years. That's the only benefit. But I mean, when I was hiring cooks, I learned real quick, I didn't really like hiring culinary students because they think they know it all. And they like to try to tell me how it's, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, no. You're going to learn it my way, or you don't get to work here, type of thing. And it's really frustrating because it's kind of like being on a pirate ship, and you're the captain, and everybody else needs to do what the fuck you say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, be cool about it, but if somebody's going to sit there and be like, "Well, I don't think we should do it that way," it's like, there's a fucking door. See you later, bro.
See, I don't pretend I know anything. I know what a shallot is. That's about
well, that's good.
That's about as
the shallot is a part of the garlic family.
That's about as far as I've heard that thrown around a couple times on Food Network. So there you go. That's my resume right
Shallot.
there.
Always with the shallot. Just one shallot. It's like, just use a fucking onion.
Anyway, so what really got you going to start getting this back up and doing and getting this and getting a record recorded?
Oh man, I would say, dude, our bass player Joe Martin, man, God bless him. He's been a good friend of mine for fucking ever since we were kids, and he's the bass player, by the way, and he kind of hit us up and he's like, hey, I want to do this record, what do you guys think? I want to do it for real, and let's just do it for us and we'll see where it goes. Like, all right, cool. And we're all on board, and I was surprised. I was like, holy shit, all right, well, let's do it. And then we started writing, and we just have that synergy together that it's just so I don't know, it's just kind of ingrained in us as a group where we just kind of feed off each other's energy, you know what I mean? And we kind of it just branches off into something that we're really proud of and happy with, you know what I mean? And so the end result, it's like, holy shit, how did we get this from this? And it's 2019, so the communication, technology is a bit different now, so we kind of have the luxury of being able to communicate with Dropbox and send ideas back and forth on the phone with that, and and it worked out really fucking good, and I couldn't be more happy with it.
And when did you start recording? When did you start writing for this record? About what time frame?
Oh shit, probably well over a year ago. I'd say about late August last year, August 2018.
Okay, so that's after I saw, I saw you guys play at in LA for Nature World with Hatebreed that I think earlier last year.
Oh no way, you were there? That's awesome. Yeah. So probably not too long after that, I think, if I'm correct, we just kind of started from scratch and, you know, giving her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then now Pure Noise is putting on your record, and I think it's so weird the way like Pure Noise has like, even like if you look at the roster, it's a lot of bands just from the past like decade, like your guys, people past Victory, past Eulogy, past Rise Records bands. I mean, there's Hawthorne. You and Hawthorne Heights are sharing a label again. It's
crazy.
It's very interesting how that has come like full circle in a way, like seeing like bands that used to be all together now back all together in some aspect. So how did the Pure Noise first approach you guys in this record?
Well, I guess that has more to do. That's a better question for some of the other guys in the band, because I was never a part of that conversation, really. They're like, hey, what do you guys think about Pure Noise? And I was like, yeah, dog, let's do it. You know what I mean? So
I was like, sure, fuck it, come on, let's do this shit.
I was like, hell yeah, dude. I was like, Pure Noise. They just put out that new Terror record, right? They're like, yep. I was like, tight, let's do it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting label. Yeah, well, and I think it works well with. I'm gonna do an episode too, just like talking about it too at some point. Just like it's a very interesting how they started out this like pop punk alt rock up and comer record label, and now they've currently all their last year signings are all metallic hardcore and hardcore influenced bands, and it's very interesting to see how it's turned and how that affects and how maybe this label sees where the future of this style of music is going.
Yeah, dude, they do a really good job, and you know, they support their bands well, and you know, Jake, the owner, he's just a hardcore kid like me and you know what I mean? He grew up that way, and now he has a passion for putting out records, and I think that's all there is to it, really.
Yeah, I mean, me being part of a show, I like to analyze, even if I'm over analyzing. Sometimes that's all there is. You know, a lot of people like to speculate, look and try to read between the lines, even sometimes though there might not be anything in between those lines.
Right.
So
yeah, I guess I don't know, but yeah, he's a cool dude. They're a cool label. And
so
it's tight.
To finish this up, thank you so much for just taking the time to talk to me in my little radio show tonight.
Dude, of course, man. The pleasure's all on this side of the table.
Heck yeah! So let's tell us all that we need to know. Anything, all that you can disclose at this point about the upcoming record. I know there's a single out. There's a single out right now. What else can you tell us at this time?
Oh, I think in a couple weeks here we're going to release another song. And then come December, we're releasing another song and another video, and then the record comes out. And I don't know, we got I'm not going to say the guest vocals on there, but I will say we got a pretty fucking sweet lineup of guest vocals on there. And it's going to be, I can't wait to tell everybody gets to hear it, you know what I mean?
And do you think you'll ever tour again, or do you think it's just going to be just a every once in a while show here, fest there?
It'll be a little bit more than that, as opposed to what we've been doing in the past, which is like, you know, a couple of shows a year. We'll do a little bit more than that. It's just whatever makes sense, that we can all get on the same page and do it. You know what I mean? just kind of take life day by day and see where it takes us. That's all any of us can really do. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So any final words before we close this out?
No, thanks for having me, man. Thanks for giving me a call. It's been a good conversation. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we're going to get back to the music. You listen to Deadair, 2 hours of hardcore radio. Here's a big block of music for you motherfuckers! Let's stop talking and let's get the fucking moshing! Set it off!
We're down to a Identizing them is born. Crafting stories, not trying to well with your needs. Shaping the thoughts of the public with the street. Mixing the truth through its fiction. Spreading the confusion. Surrounding them now with misinformation. Confronting the shameless corruption. Twist the facts for your own gain. Mislead and indoctrinate.
up this pit.
feeling for a long time. And it's like I'm standing outside myself, watching me do things I don't want to do, you know? Just seeing me like I'm somebody else, but never ever being able to stop the show. I'm tired.
right, we're getting to the end of the show. Shout out to Marshall from the Warriors. It's always awesome just like to like get to talk to bands that you didn't think you ever were going to get a chance to, and it was fun talking Food Network for a minute. So shallots. That's all I got to say about that. I was gonna think of another. There's also another fucking something that gets thrown on food. There's a few things that get thrown around on Food Network shows all the time, but I can't even fucking think of it right now. I don't even know what to say. So we after the interview, for music we played new music from the Warriors, Death Ritual. They'll have a new record out pretty soon on Pure Noise, like we said. So get ready for that shit. And if you haven't listened to the Warriors at all, you're missing the fuck out. So we got to our big block of music after that, and then played some music from a band called Ill Communication. 1134 members of the Warriors. I found that by just when I was snooping the Facebook page for information for the interview. I think possibly members of Comeback Kid too, but I'm not 100% on that. I know for sure Warriors and a couple others. I'm not sure, but it's cool. Definitely a more punk hardcore vibe, but still a little groovy. Check it out, Ill Communication. It might be a one-time project, but it's a cool one-time project. Following that, we played Foreseen. They have a new single titled Infiltrator. Check out that Euro crossover. They played earlier this year or last year. They played sometime when I was working at the warehouse and couldn't go, and I'm pretty fucking bummed about that. Could be one of the only times they come out here. But Foreseen is fucking rad. After that, we played Misconduct from New Jersey. They have a new promo out right now, so check that the fuck out. And new we got some music from Mantlet from Coventry, UK. Some more metal hardcore. We played Burn It, the self-titled track off their Burning EP. Followed that with music from Sweden, some heavy hardcore with No Saving Grace. They have a promo 2019 out as well. We played Hands of Time. Following that, we got two Triple B releases. First one we got is Vantage Point. They came out with an EP called An Answer You Won't Find. And then everybody's been talking about it, and I want to get them on the show too. Restraining Order. We talked about it a little bit the last episode, I think. Hey, YouTube tried to fuck me up. Sorry. But we talked about how they made the move from New Age to Triple B, and I think it's working really well for them. The record is officially out now, and lots of mentions for possibly best record of the year. If you are a big fan of punk hardcore, punk/hardcore, not the other way around, this is the band. We played Don't Really Think So. That's I'm really digging it. I'll give you more opinions later on. We're only probably about I would say 40 days away from me start mentioning albums of the year. So it's not going to be too long before we really go through and assess that like we do every year. So definitely could be, but we'll see. I'm not gonna jump the gun, but it's definitely fucking. It lives up to the hype for real. So check out This World Is Too Much by Restraining Order if you haven't already. Let's timekeeper. Let's see the time. How much time do I got? Okay, we're almost to the end. So social media, I really need to make a bumper for this, but so before I get to the last song, social media, check us out on facebook.com/Deadair Hardcore Radio. We post pretty much everything you can think of there. Like, you know, we post all the shows, the memes, the updates, whatnot. It gets throttled, so, you know, sometimes you'll have to, if, you know, you ever think about it, try to go there. Also, I don't have any reviews, so I would love to get some reviews on our Facebook. So facebook.com/Deadair Hardcore Radio. If you're an avid listener of the show, I would love to get some reviews on that Facebook. Let me know what you think. Also, you know, questions, comments, concerns to deadairnwcz@gmail.com. I'd love to have emails, you know, anything that you want to tell me. I'd love to. I might start doing, we have a phone line, so I might start doing voicemails eventually. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, send me your submissions, suggestions, questions, all that good stuff, because I do this for you guys. I want your input, and I want to be like, I don't do this just for myself. So I want to know what information or what you would like that you're not getting from another media source or hardcore radio show. And maybe there's one that, just isn't listening to your, ideas. I would love to be that person that does. So also Twitter and Instagram, both at Deadair NWCZ. Been on Twitter a little bit more. It's hard to keep up with it, but always on that IG. I'm trying to keep my Twitter activity up as much as possible, because I thought that people weren't paying attention, but they definitely are. So, whoa. Okay. Anyways, they fucked up my music, you assholes. Anyways, also Deadair NWCZ. DeadairHardcoreRadio.com. DeadairHardcoreRadio.com. Check it out. It's our website. I fixed it a few weeks ago to make it more mobile friendly, and I think it's working out a little bit better. I'm seeing a little bit more action and clicks past the main page, so that's good. All the episodes, getting some more reviews up there. We also have a contest form for future shows if you're in the Northwest area or going to be visiting Northwest and can attend a Northwest show. We have contest forms for you to fill out. I'll be making more amendments. I'm always making updates as I can. So that's it for the show. I got a birthday to fucking get to. So thanks for listening. We're going to play some chill ass music from Fiddlehead. Also, my other show for chill music will be coming back in the future. I took almost over a year off from my other show, Nightwaves, and I'm hoping to get back on track with that within the next month. So I'll give you a heads up on that. But we're going to play some hardcore adjacent music, some chill ass music. If you haven't listened to Fiddlehead, probably some of the best hardcore adjacent, chiller, post-hardcore, emo-ish music out there currently. Pat Flynn from Half Heart, Free, and other projects fronts this band, and it's fucking brilliant. Possibly the best Pat Flynn band ever, and I love this. We're gonna play the 2-song release is titled "Get My Mind Right," and we're gonna play Where is it? Get my mind right. All right, Autumn. Count us out. Get us out of here. See ya.
Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro.